here's 3 fun photo ideas and how to quickly edit them in Photoshop. This first picture is going to be one of those like anti-gravity type photos where it looks like I'm floating, or maybe it'll just end up looking like I'm falling over backwards. But either way, first thing I'm going to do is take a picture of the background without anything else in it. And now I'm going to move out here into the scene, and I brought this crate with me that I can lean up against and pose like I'm falling over backwards. Now I can open my photos up in Photoshop. I'm going to start with my background image here, then I can come over and add another photo, and I'll add the photo that has me in it. Now I can zoom in, use the lasso tool here to cut around this crate. And when I hit erase, it's deleting the top image, but the background image is showing through, the background image that doesn't have me in it. Now I'm just going to keep going around the rest of my crate here. And that is literally all there is to it. Super easy edit. You can just see here how we have our background image, our foreground image, and then right here you can see the part of the foreground image that we erased. And now I'm just going to come up here and hit export. Now for my second picture, I'm going to be creating a fake reflection. You could really do this anywhere, but I thought this concrete was a nice environment for my photo. Now opening this photo up in Photoshop, I'm going to be using this box selection tool here, and I'm going to select the top of the image just coming down right below my feet there. Now I can hit these 3 little dots and hit copy layer and paste. Now just the top part of the image has been duplicated. I'm going to come over here to the transform tool and just flip this upside down and then move this down here. Alright, that looks cool. I want this photo to be taller, a little bit more square, so I can just come over here to the crop tool, and you can see the rest of my image down below here, so I'm just going to drag this out. Now I want this to look a little bit more like water and not just this perfect reflection, so I'm going to hit this plus sign here, create a new layer to work in, make sure that layer is on top. And now I'm just going to come in with the brush tool. I'm going to set it on this mixed splatter setting and come in with some black and just paint a little bit around here. Probably do that same thing with some white. Now this texture is very sharp and defined. I want that to be a little blurry, so I can just add a blur right here. 9%, that looks good. I think this puddle should also just fade out to darker down here. So again, I'm going to create a new layer, and using this soft round brush, make that really big and just paint some black across the bottom here. A little too much, all I have to do is bring down the opacity. Now just for fun, I'm going to use that same paintbrush tool, just turn it to orange and add just a little bit of orange over there, maybe a little bit over here. Just adds a little dimension to the photo. That looks pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna export this. Now for my third and final photo. This is kind of the same as the first picture I did in this video where there's gonna be things floating, but I'm gonna be using a different editing technique, which I'll show you here in a second. So for this photo, I didn't take a clean background image like I did with the first picture that I showed you in this video, because I'm only trying to get rid of this tiny, thin little wire. I don't need a background image to work with. Instead, I can just use the spot healing tool in Photoshop, and all I have to do is drag it along the wire here. What it's doing is sourcing from the rest of the image, like from over here, and then moving that to cover up the wire. Look how good that looks. It's perfectly clean, and we didn't have to have that background image to work with. Sometimes when I'm changing across different materials, like across my hand and then onto this card here, I like to do shorter segments so it doesn't get confused. So right here I'm just covering up some red, and it can easily source some red to cover there. Instead of dragging all the way down across my hand and onto the card, it might have a harder time filling in. So I'm just gonna work in shorter little segments here. And here's the finished picture. If you guys enjoyed this video, then go check out some more of my videos right here, and I'll see y'all next time.